Get to do all of his things. If you ever actually go to court, please wear that suit. Oh, I will. Like, if I'm ever in jury duty or court or anything, I will 100% wear this. All right, let's start. Okay, so the Miles Edgeworth Investigations collection just released today. But these are re-releases of games that originally came out in like 2010 and 12. But the West never got the second game, which is this. So that will be my entirely first playthrough. This I never beat. I'm pretty sure I only played like the first like 2 or 3 cases. We'll find out when we get there. So this is like half a first playthrough even. We're going, oh my god, look at it. Look at his face. Oh shit, that's me. We're gonna go with the new HD everything. Because we may as well. I wish I had Oliver here to voice Gumshoe. It's okay, I'll voice Gumshoe. Episode 1, Turnabout Visitor. March 14th. That's wrong. Oh, is the audio okay? Oh, I just got an achievement for playing the game with HD chibi characters. That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. But I'll do a great job. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry. Maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter the cost. I'm so shocked. The guy with the freaking medal around his... What, Oliver? We just started! I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. Classic Oliver. Literally frame 1, start of the stream. Oliver starts barking. So let me go see what Mr. Gumshoe wants. Look, it's me. You know what? Miles Edgeworth could be in Dead by Daylight, and his toolbox could just be his briefcase. Because right now, like, Alucard looks weird holding a briefcase or a toolbox. It'll just look normal for him. I love the sprites, or the new designs, because you could just see his eye bags more. I love characters who have eye bags because they just relate to me. How long has it been since I cosplayed Miles? A week? It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope... Wait, which hand? I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? I feel like I just saw this. This takes place... Oh shit, his face. Oh, the details! What the? Yeah, this takes place after the original trilogy. What's the meaning of this? Dude. Freeze. What voice should we give him? I'm gonna give him a dork voice because I hate him. Nice revolver. Identify yourself. Look at his face. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Hey, that's so petty. It looked like he shot me. Is that a threat? Yeah, it's a threat. I got shot. Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. We'll see about that. Yeah, poor Edgeworth can't catch a break, for real. He's been gone 6 months. And his first, like, frame 1, when he returns, there's a murder that he has to deal with. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Thanks, I feel cool. Thank you. Just turn my camera a little bit. Oops, wrong way. There, am I more centered? Look, you can see the objection pillow. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. I don't know why he meekens. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. His little duster. Ah! Miss Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Look at him. Just instantly concerned about his best buddy. Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder took place in the office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He is a detective with the local precincts. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. Oh, look at them. Look at these best buddies. You looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However, that guy is super dead. No, we don't have the megaphone. Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say, the culprit's sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. No one gets away with anything, Edgeworth. Or so you think, because, I mean, they still did it. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. He's the only detective in the precinct. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. He's so tired. Bro is like jet lagged. Right? Like, he just got back from abroad. So he's probably been on a plane for like 12 hours. And now he's just like, I have to solve a murder. Why can't I just go to bed? Honestly, putting up with all this shit. Let the man sleep for a second. This crime was committed. Yeah, I said that. Oh, that's just like you, Miss Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that piqued my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Yeah, I streamed this, the demo of this for like half, maybe not even half, I don't know. We streamed for like 20 minutes at Capcom, on Capcom's stream last week. But I really like the little mind puzzles he puts together. No, not really, especially because of this. The key to your office? For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic. Okay, yeah, it sounds like he's talking to a child. If you use logic, Gumshoe. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. Miles, his name's Miles. I'm Miles. Did you see? Wait, look at Oliver Gumshoe. I made a tweet. I think that's the tweet. So how do you use it? How do you use logic, chat? Since you're playing as Edgeworth, are you going to be on the prosecutor's side in court, or is it just investigations? As far as I know, there's no court in it. Like, it's just, like, private investigation type stuff. But they still have, like the testimony type thing, where you have to, like, press statements and provide evidence. But that's all done, like, on location, not in a court. So how do you use it? Logic only gets you so far until the judge asks you for evidence, right? And then even when you provide evidence, it's just like, well, how do you prove so-and-so wasn't there? It's just like, how do you prove something isn't? Why so edgy? It's my name. Hi, Esther. Thanks for the 48 months. Big shrug. Prove to me the sky is blue. Like, look up. No. I need proof. First, I recall the information I gathered with Q, and then I connect them together with T. Oh, so simple. Now to use Q and recall the facts. This is silly. I refuse to hit Q. I'm clicking the screen. Alright, this is gonna be really hard, but we have two options. I hope I'm right. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Oh, I can autoplay it. That's probably too dangerous. Nah, this is... Runebee is gone. We're solving her disappearance, so Edgeworth is taking over as streamer. He's a big Wolverine fan, just like her. Which means it would have been hard for the murder and the victim to get in here. Hello, Billy-san291? Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of the crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? The Steel Samurai is basically Virgil, let's be real. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, it may stray far from the truth as well. If I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir. Yes! Is the audio okay? He's looking very confused. Well, that's why he's Edgeworth. He's just trying to fit the bill. We haven't had 2 prosecutors shot and 1 poisoned over the past few years or anything. Always good, thanks. Indubitably, Gumshoe. Flawless logic. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. Bullshit you do, Edgeworth. I'm hitting M1. If you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use T, okay? Look at his face. Gumshoe is so sweet. He just wants to talk to his buddy. Also, I love how huge his sprite is. I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Shut up, Edgeworth. Don't pretend that you don't have free time for your buddy Gumshoe. Look at his face. Press T to not be lonely. Alright, where do we start? Let's look at the body last. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, Gumshoe said that. Oh, I know! I was issued the exact same model! I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. He's so sweet! Like, everything about him. Like, he sees a gun and he's just like, oh, I've seen that. I have that too. Oh, but I don't really like it all that much. Like, is he fit to be a detective? And I don't mean that in a bad way. He's just too sweet for this role. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. That's fair. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. No, Edgeworth. Detective. It's funny because we all know people like him. Yeah, just this lovable oaf kind of guy. Nah, he's the best. I love Gumshoe, and I love how much most of the Ace Attorney fan base loves him as well. He's just so hard to hate. Oh my god, this like stare down. Wait, they're not lined up. Wait, how small is Edgeworth compared to... Dang. I'm trying to get their feet lined up, but I don't know if it's possible. That's like as best as I can do. He's huge. Anyway. I'm talking behind him. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. He's too short. I know. How tall is Gumshoe? Like 6'7"? He's probably taller than 6'3". That's a 6'7" man for sure. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? Huh. I should look around a bit more. With the gun? Here, we should probably save the body for last, because I want to look at all the trinkets in the bag. 5'11" and 6 feet, right? I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on the sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Really? sofa better than the mattress? It is Edgeworth's sofa. It is Gumshoe's mattress. There's such a class difference here. Can I sit on it too, just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think you can afford to take any time off. Aww. How's it coming along? Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art. You can't see what he's doing. Look, I like Edgeworth. He's just like, come on, keep doing that. And this guy's just... Look how delicate he's being. Cool. I don't know where to put my camera. Well, I never. Alright, look at the veins! I was so excited to see this. Is this... You got another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with the card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yup. Every month. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns. Wendy, isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stalked? That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. Shudder. Well, it's a good thing my Steel Samurai doll was spared any harm. His doll! Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but... The hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of New Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production value— Oh, he doesn't know much, does he? His high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like The Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai. I know those shows. We've seen them. Along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show gives it presence. Deluge? You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Oh, he's got him there. Look at his face. What happened to Matt Ungard? He asked to go to prison. Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than I expected. Let's return to investigation. Both of you! A man just died in Edgeworth's office and they're talking about the Steel Samurai doll. That's so relatable to me. I would definitely do the same thing. Somebody dies in my stream room, I'd be like, hey, Gumshoe, have you seen my Devil May Cry statues? I don't know much about it, but it's about two half-demons. Then I just proceed to tell the plot. I'm thinking Oliver's by me. Oh, it's your trophy, the Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Fortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Oh, that's so mean. So anyway, my DMC statues. I hope we see him again. Yeah, Sam. Thanks, Dave. No one will commit crime as long as I'm around. Or they will, but I won't let them get away with it. Edgeworth, why so rude? I know. Hey, Alter. My tea set! What? It's showing me fucking space. Watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. That killer's going to pay this tea set. And again, that would be me if my Wolverine mug broke. He wants a sugar daddy? Well, I don't think Phoenix can be that. Yikes, you're really mad over this. This tea set is very dear to my heart. It can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. What? I feel like the killer wasted one of my monthly paychecks. So true. Look, it's his old costume. I wish we could look at it now, but we have to wait. Okay, is it time to finally inspect the body? We finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, blood first. Last time I looked at the hand, it's just like, oh, there's blood in his stomach. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. Looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yup, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. 2:05 a.m. I know Phoenix does this, but break an item, it can only be bought in Japan. Yes! Everything he's saying. I imported it myself. Are you going to be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press E to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand too. Probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. He gossips about people, writes them down in his little notebook. Let's see, what can we say about Gumshoe? Kinda stupid, 100% lovable, wants to sit on the couch, has a really bad mattress at home, and probably gets paid nothing. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinky-dink. Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith. What a name. With a name like Buddy Faith, why... How could anyone hurt him? I'm a vampire vibe? I'm a... Miles Edgeworth could probably be a vampire. Thanks. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. I have to calmly use some oh yeah, I was saying, he keeps saying calmly like he's convincing himself. Calmly use logic. He's still really mad about that tea set, so he's gotta calmly... Look at this stuff. I don't believe it! I packed those files on these shelves so tight. Thanks. Von Karma's definitely a vampire, I agree. Maybe that he took some vampire tips from growing up with the Von Karmas. That not even an earthquake could make them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. He really cares about organizing. Yeah, ram new evidence out of my ass. Don't worry, I have all the Edgeworth bases covered. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Ooh. Oh, I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put into pointless. What's up? Sky morning before the murder. I hate this style. I'd ever get caught dead in it. Now look at him. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Every Saturday? Does he have a life? Stop being mean! He's doing nice things for you, Miles! Okay, I think we investigated everything here. Are you freaking done? Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play- Oh no, he's gonna be mean! Play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. You're so mean. It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. Pointing at his desk. It's so tiny that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. My job is to protect your office, sir. And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. Okay, don't be smug. That's harsh, sir. I have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Damn! Wait, that sounds like Edgeworth is looking for reasons to dock his pay, and he's just like, damn it, the desk looks good, I can't dock his pay for that. You just switched to the old sprites on the fly. Alright, do we have pieces to put together? I'm Miles Edgeworth. Alright, what did we do last time? This and this. It was these two, right? So these are the second newest ones. Bring one earlier as the Capcom stream? No, earlier, like, today. Thank you, Left to Raw, for 34 months. Is it these? Those are the ones we got second, right? There's a penalty. Yeah, you have like a little health bar. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Oh, I can't beat Kid's voice. Thanks, Velvet. Excuse me, pal. Let's see what we got here. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, this guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use arrows to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use Q and E. I'm not using Q and E, I'm using mouse and mouse. Thanks, Oba. Oh, I have to. Enhance! Mouse, mouse. I hope that because you're a prosecutor, you get to cheat in this game. I actually don't think you get to cheat at all. Like, unfortunately, even though you're Miles, you can't cheat. I'm gonna forge evidence. It looks like only one round is fired for— No, see, this is where Edgeworth would take another round and pocket it and then pretend it's evidence later. That's the old Edgeworth, though, okay? We can't keep throwing it in his face. He's not that guy anymore. Trust me, I know him. I am him. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. Thanks, Bozan. I feel honorable. I guess this is about all we're gonna find out. We should send the body to Jim! Wait, should I give him a dork voice or a K-Kona? Oh, did you know there were 2 shots? Well, that wouldn't make sense because there are 2 shots in the room. I'm not saying what you said didn't make sense. It'd just be more confusing in court, which would be funny. Because, like, there are 2 shots that went in this, but when we remove the gun, it's just like, well, if there's 2 shots, where'd the 3rd bullet go? Dork voice? Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be. Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body! Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he just turned in for the night. Sure, just in a blood-stained suit, pal. Hey. Look at him pretending to cry. Look at this Oscar-winning actor right here acting like he didn't just shoot Jim. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes I am. I'm Jacques Portsmouth, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime, busting. Crime busting? I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor. How do you do, fellow prosecutor? Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. Yes, that is correct. That was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? Like you, I'm a prosecutor. Krauser comes out of nowhere. Can we get a Krauser mod? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. So we found a second prosecutor. No other living detective. He's wearing a gold medal because he's a huge dork. He does that cool guy jacket though. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, Miss Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? Uh-oh. So the only one who could get in here was me. Ho ho ho. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. No, Gumshoe. So it was you then. You're Jim's killer. No, wait, pal. You got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. We calmly use some logic. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. Be calm. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. He just doesn't care. Look at his face. I've heard all the rumors about you, the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Something of a legend myself. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. Don't touch his hand, don't do it! What if you had the buzzer? You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging you like that. Carry on then, it's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! They did the Predator handshake. I'd like you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Yeah, and he's like weird. He's just like a social media influencer. Take a photo of me by the dead body. I should probably give them some space. Alright, now we can finally check this. I hope we can solve this case quickly. No, we're not talking about your sofa, Miles! I'm literally at your painting, your old suit. Oh god, oh god. Some fake tears to really sell it. He's really giving off an Oscar-worthy performance. Don't use the flash. Ah, your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the- oh god, I'm talking Gumshoe. They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in? Wait, this is like the silly exposition when in like a lot of like anime and anime games always give like necessary exposition. He's just like, Jim, my father, you know, and then they always have to introduce people as their title. It always sounds so unnatural. So like them doing this, it's just like, I think Edgeworth knows this is what his ultra special jacket is. What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. Aww. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds a contradiction. It's the bullet hole. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. Him, you say? When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at and press T with conviction. Conviction! And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it! He's so hyped. This is how I do things. This is how he does things, and now you are just copying him. Alright, only one shot fired from the gun, so where's the painting gunshot came from? Well, we know because we saw the intro, or we saw when he shot the painting. He shot me. But then who shot Webb?
Eureka!
Eureka! This bullet. I like to think of Miles like super calm during this entire session, and then he just like blurts out Eureka, and everyone's just like, I guess, get jump scared by it. I would get jump scared by it if Miles of all people just shouts in the middle of a room. So one the victim and one the wall, which means two different people, two different guns. Yeah. He jump scares Gumshoe. Yeah. This bullet hole is a contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim. And the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too! Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? When you yell at games and Oliver just stares at you. That's exactly it, yeah. It's I'm Miles screaming and Oliver Gumshoe is surprised at me. That makes sense. I don't have to say, oh, imagine how it would be like, because Oliver goes through it all the time. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. Well, spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Achoo, achoo. Talk about Dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it. Once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, right? I kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Miss Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial's in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. Secret safe data. Jotted down. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Thanks. I feel so powerful. I can't wait. Here. Can somebody invite me to jury duty so I can wear this? Oh, this is odd. I'm just gonna like, I'll show up to jury duty one day, but I'm gonna just be too into the role of wearing Miles' outfit. I'm just gonna pretend I'm the prosecutor, but I'm gonna go by Ace Attorney rules, so they'll have no idea what I'm doing, and I won't have any idea what they're doing either. I have 2 rules in my rule book. I didn't go to law school. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? You're gonna commit a crime? Alright, make sure you invite me. But not as a prosecutor. I'm just gonna pretend I'm a prosecutor. Straight to the plaintiff's bench, yep. I'm just gonna yell, like, I'm just gonna say prosecution's ready, Your Honor. Be like, we didn't even, who even are you? Just be spitting out objections. They'll have to kick me out. That's true. Ace Attorney rules, you know nothing about the case until it happens and then wing it from there. Exactly. I can do that. Be held in contempt for shouting objection. So be it. It's in my rule book. There's a good way to get on jury duty. I think I'd be given jail time for just being annoying. Thanks, Lobo. So I had to show up in court just like an Ace Attorney. You'd think. I can't be the first one. Slam on the table and point really aggressively. They can't do anything to you. That's part of being an Ace Attorney lawyer. And I can yell at the judge and call him stupid and stuff, and no one will say anything. It's like apparently allowed. No, I'm not gonna bring a whip, but my would-be sister will bring the whip. Alright, secret safe. Throwing coffee cups across the courtroom. I don't want to waste a coffee cup. Time to rationally, and it's like he went through anger management classes and he's just like using words that he got from his therapist. Like, okay, rationally, calmly connect the dots. Wait, right now? Well, his new goal, it wasn't the body, it was the thingy prints. Eureka! Here, my health bar is up there. Whoa, I took a screenshot forever ago and it just says I took the screenshot. I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes anything. Changes what the other piece of information could tell me about this crime. Yes, that he was looking for... The signs of a struggle is because of theft. There's a possibility that the files split on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir, I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen it before, even at a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Gumshoe got the out of Edgeworth. Alright, Jim, or Portsman. You're gonna have to stop being annoying. Why do all the good ones have to die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't have time for this clown. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? We don't. First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help. Thanks. I got really good at doing his things because I keep mocking him. I mean, imitating. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell to the floor, right? The blood on the floor has kind of grossed me out. Banished back to kick, yeah. Detective, I don't have time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir. Is Gumshoe like not cut out for this job? He doesn't like using guns, he doesn't like blood. He probably isn't even getting paid anymore. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. The gunshot? From crime to jail in 10 seconds flat. That's how it works in Ace Attorney. Events move very fast in Ace Attorney universe. So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? But that's impossible! For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file's spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. And I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. Appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood in it. That would be logical conclusion. Calmly found the logic. Oops. His body. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. Blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well, in a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. I put them back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. Are we done here? Bono. Rough color. Thanks! I'm Ruffles. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, can we deduce that that's weird looking? I forget how this works. Is this spot somehow connected to any evidence I have? The gun. Because only one shot was fired. Eureka! Eureka! Wait, is that? Oh, it's not? Okay. Okay, that is weird. It's some weirdos on YouTube this week all modding too, don't know what's wrong. I don't know, I think they just come out in waves. Ha, you don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction. Miss Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you just admit when you're wrong. His face! That wasn't a mistake! That's technically not wrong! Like, that bullet hole is weird. Isn't it? Do we not have... Oops. Wait, what is my evidence? Oh, it's okay. It's the body. Eureka! Eureka! There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, it's not, like, particularly what I meant, because if it was what I meant, I would have picked it, but everything about the bullet hole is weird. Yo, this track. What if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against his shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Fuck, wrong side. The moon is supposed to be in retrograde. Look, freaking people are dying in Miles' office. People in YouTube chat are being weird. It must be the moon. Then that means, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. That's so mean. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused the problem with the bullet hole's position? It's the order of the files, because where he shot would have been up higher. I think. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a little differently. From this, we know that the files are not in order when the crime occurred. Ah, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Yeah, because I guess logically they think 0 would go before the numbers, but for Miles, he wants them to go last. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Wow! Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body? No, don't prop the body back up! They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's just weird. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. Wait, he's not too squeamish to move a dead body? Gumshoe's inconsistent. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Oh, that was Gumshoe. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. Why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray once. Twice. Twice. Once before and once after the crime. But why? That is weird. Why would they be messed up twice? Is he looking for something and then realize... Dude, the sun is shining on me. Now the crime scene is where it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Alright, well there's a lot more going on. And like, this is weird. Do I have to reinvestigate everything? Alright, why does it say gumshoe? Huh? This. What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood? I'm glowing. Let's see, that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes. Indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Miss Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir. It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what— he's just ignoring him. Is this what the killer was really after? By Mesa? We all know not to trust names written in blood after all these cases. Oh yeah, especially, or like, just turn it around or something. There's probably a receipt involved. Stolen file data jotted down in my organizer. Investigation complete. Hey. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. His most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! Alright, do you guys believe him? Yeah, or an updated autopsy report. It's just like already processed. Look, Gumshoe, this isn't the first time we've been framed for murder, okay? We'll get you out of this, buddy. We're good. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Look, he's pissed. Grr, I'm mad. You thought right. He couldn't kill a person to be out. He couldn't! Not even accidentally. Jim's words. They're more than enough, wouldn't you say? What words? This isn't the Capcom stream yet. We're about to like end it. Like, this is gonna be new. But think by now they'd realize Gumshoe can't hurt a fly because he'd screw it up. That too, even. If he's like generally trying to kill somebody, he would mess it up. No offense, Gumshoe. I have so much conviction. I wish all of my actions would have like sharp noises and stuff attached to it. Pshing. If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Your joints popping. Well, Edgeworth's only like 23, so what's his excuse? Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do? What I always do in court. I'm gonna cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with his technique. Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? No, look, I'm so happy games let you do this, or like some games let you skip the tutorial for certain things. Because like, bro, this is not my first time. Maybe some other time, Gumshoe. It's also not your first time, so there's no excuse. That's true, Anime 23 is basically 40. Mr. Portsmouth, you are ready. Just completely ignored Gumshoe. Oh, if you don't have time, you could just say so, sir. Oh, you think a man like that would ever kill somebody? Fuck you, Portsman. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. Wrong. Doctor showing wear and tear in Edgeworth's shoulders from the quick pointing. Right. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer? I can hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest. You sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portman? Cross-examine me? I'll cross-examine you! There's no way Detective Gumshoe's the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Look at him, he's saying credible, not forged. He's truly a changed man, guys. Love you, Edgeworth. Big fan. Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. Okay, I love Law, but he's gonna little rest with Shadow the Hedgehog here. We can bring Miles out. It's only fitting, it's his game. God, seriously, they make these plushies for like everyone. I think the only ones missing out of like my favorite characters is an official Vincent one. This is a custom one from Etsy. Thanks, Etsy. An official Vincent. and like an official Majima one. Square would charge $100 for it, that's true. I'd still buy it. For Vincent? Hi, Miles, fellow Miles. Look, he's actually smiling. I find it funny because his plush, but it's like he's not often smiling. He's, well, I guess this is him. I guess you can assume this is him doing his smug, like, I'm such an asshole, like, kind of look. Because normally he's pretty grumpy, right? All right, Mr. Portsman. He's up to something. He's not forging evidence, right, Miles? No, stop. He doesn't do that anymore. Anyway. Detective Gumshoe. Alright, let's press all these statements. Hold it! You're invested now? I'll do my best to make you proud. It's time-gated. No, it's a Dead Rising side quest. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim? When clearly his name is Buddy Faith. Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jacques and Buddy just sound so off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. Jim the third. He talks about his victim like he was his pet. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. Hold it! Hold it! Do you really think it was necessary to just shovel my shelves twice to do that? That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft. This guy's defense, or whatever you want to call it, is so bad. It's so flaky. He's just like, oh, okay, well, maybe, Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle. I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but... Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no. Oh, he's just trying to pin it that Gumshoe hates Miles? That's impossible. Never gonna happen. This guy, he doesn't know... He doesn't know the characters the way we do. Like, he doesn't know Gumshoe at all. We know he would never hurt a fly. He doesn't know Miles. He doesn't know Miles and Gumshoe's relationship. You know? Thanks, Fitch. Does Gumshoe hold a grudge for all the paydocks? No, he doesn't even hold a grudge for that. Gumshoe is the sweetest man. That's when he moved Jim's body and I was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Hold it! Hold it. This hold it's funny. And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice. Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. The gap's so wide that even the good detective could spot it. Sorry, I didn't press the last thing, did I? Not to clue Mr. Portsman by presenting him with some evidence. How do you not notice the bloody letters? Why do you think the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, did you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone. I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. Well, nobody could overlook the bloody letters. I agree. Nobody would do that. I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing Spike. And it will be his final words that you will be brought to justice. Hold it! Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner. It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. Because he put them there. Like, Portsman's super- like, well, we know Portsman's guilty. What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic's perfectly sound? Actually, it's a gigantic flaw. Okay, so we've been over this. Okay, so. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. It did get moved. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. Well, you wouldn't. Hi, Blookers. Thank you. I am Edgeworth. But thanks to that, you didn't notice it. Anyone would notice the bloody letters. Okay, let's go through this again. Body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how you missed it. But they moved it. It's definitely this statement. Nobody could overlook the bloody letters. Nobody could look the bloody letters. And also something was stolen. So they stole it. They stole the book after Gumshoe was written, because otherwise, like, you know, there's a missing gap.
Objection!
So they'd have to already notice it. I know, right? Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. I did see that, Arlen. I didn't watch it, though. I think the victim was asking for Gumshoe's help. Maybe he was. Maybe he was. Oh, I got an achievement. For bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Wait, I gotta mimic him perfectly. His answer's like this. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. Ha ha ha. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible! What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner. I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines, right?
Objection!
Yeah, Portsman's over for you, though. OST already kicked in. Do we does Edgeworth have... Wait, is this Gumshoe? Does Edgeworth have his own personal DJ? Or does Gumshoe just have the MP3 list and he's, like, playing the speaker? Like, oh, he's got him there, pal! And then he played this song. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. That's not impossible. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be as proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half an H. Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case. I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. The pre-order arrange tracks? I'm just using whatever arrange says. Gumshoe even has a failed trombone sound ready. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. That's true, he doesn't like blood or guts. Oh my god. Which means, what exactly? What does that mean? This dying message. It makes it work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. The whole playlist is Edgeworth's winning. There's not even an Edgeworth is losing because to him, Edgeworth never loses. That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time. Alright, hold that thought. Well, Mr. Portsman? Ha 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 ha! Brilliant! Absolutely splendid! Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Ooh, he's so steely. You win some and you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. Ah, but you know it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. Wait. What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Oh, his coat's on. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Oh my god. This freaking coat guy. Thanks, Maya. Well, I was thinking, did you know there is- I can't really do that. Did you know there is one other person with a key to this office? One other person? Oh, the base. Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady? Is it Maggie? There's only one other female. A lady? Girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as material witness. Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't. What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Oh my god, it is Maggie. I like the music too. I feel like this song especially can fit in a Resident Evil game. Like, it kind of sounds like, the basement. Or not the basement. Well, I guess it's kind of the basement. Dun 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 dun. Do you know that song? What's it called? It's like Neptune's theme or some shit. What's wrong with him all of a sudden? It's Maggie! I believe she needs a no introduction. I have called upon Maggie Bird, a member of security. Look, there she is. Oh my god, what a blue badger shirt. Detective Gumshoe, sir! Maggie! She would never. Ms. Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors of this building. What? You are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe. And the only other person with access to this room is Ms. Bird. She quit the force to become a waitress. I don't recall, but I guess she's not a waitress. How dare you? I would never sneak into someone's room. That's right, I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right, I did it. He's willing to get thrown in jail for her? Come on. Can we take that as a confession, detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Oh my god, this... Okay, I thought he was gonna flap his stupid coat again. Getting framed twice, is she Maya? She's trying to get framed against Maya, I guess. Okay, wait, how many times did Maya get in trouble? 3 times? Yeah, oh my god, he's not gonna stop doing this. Stop that. It's pretty obvious that Ms. Bird snuck in your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Ms. Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. Bullshit. Next time I need to take a break, well, if it's during this trial, I'm gonna let him idle so you guys get to hear his stupid flapping wing coat. I know, I can't take him seriously. Nobody does that. He opens his eyes just for one frame of the coat flap. Oh, really? I didn't notice his eyes. So you're saying she used the master key. This can open every office door. It's used as control of security staff. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what she claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes the rally. Waiting. It's about all your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could use the master key. Seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. There's a guy wearing a trench coat at your local park that does that. Is he the homeless lady from Home Alone 2 who has all the pigeons? What, flapping his coat like him? Nobody does that. People do a single coat flap to like readjust. Nobody does this. Don't start with me. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck in you. Okay.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's like nobody. Look at him. I hate this guy. He thinks he's a bird. Stop it! There's only one person on staff at this time of night. Tonight, she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? That's smart, Edgeworth. Picking apart choice of wording. So wait, wasn't able to because it got stolen, maybe? Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Yes! Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. He's gonna use his coat to fly away. He's gonna jump out the window and just see him fly away. Did I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. That's freaking rhyme. That sounds like Mr. Friend rhyme. I'll be the judge of that, Miss Bird, if you please. Yay! Listening to Maggie. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 AM, sir. What do you mean by missing? It was missing. As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? Thanks. I can't help but mimic their gestures. I get too into it. Except this clown. I can't believe that someone like you would be taken by such words. I'm not lying, sir!
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha, likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I can't do that. I bet you just forget where you put it and then found it again. Stop flapping. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. I know, he thinks he's so cool doing that with his gold medal. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal, trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of evidence as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, but... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? Every time it's on, you know where it's going. I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Miss Portsman says, Detective. You can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Alright. Her intent from the message. Wait, what did we get? This can open every office stolen from the security office. Okay. Stop! Her intent?
Hold it!
I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery, however. Let's use the great Miles Edgeworth's in agreement with little old me. No, I don't want to agree with you. However, with regards to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe. Hey, good thinking asking for my opinion on the matter. Don't think Oliver digging. Hey, good thinking. Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence? I mean, if Detective Gumshoes is the one who opened the door...
Hold it!
Hold it. I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. It was just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Ms. Bird from the very beginning. If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? No, don't make that face. See, there goes the truth running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it. What is he talking about? Thank you, Dark Clone. I don't think you're catching my drift. But we're in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand what I say. Like, I hope Edgeworth sees this and retroactively knows how annoying he was as a prosecutor. Just coming up with bullshit. If so, then I hope you'll understand what I say. That's since she's the only one who could have opened your office door. And that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect.
Hold it!
I know, Aaron, I can't handle him. I have tasted my own medicine and it is bitter. Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions? God, I'm gonna start, you know, I say this is really annoying, and I think the only way to cope with it now is just to do it. I'm just gonna be like this guy. If any of y'all see me in person and I'm wearing a white jacket, just don't even be in my aura. You'll hear my flaps from a mile away. I'll be so good at it by the time you see me. But it's like coming off. Oh, I see his eyes opening. Flap, flap. The flapping aura. Instead of a terror radius in Dead by Daylight, it's just a flapping radius. Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than with the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else. Can't beat him, join him, yeah. I'll have you know I never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? Isugo? Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest someone like you would. What the fuck does that mean, Portsman? On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? They are friends, yes. Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe? He's the only employee! Flap Radius week. It's about to be Flap Radius forever for me. I really, you know, I'm really needing to look for a white jacket. I have a white leather one for when I cosplay Lady in Devil May Cry 5. But it's not... I don't think it's flappable. Because it's like leather. Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors. Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir. Gumshoe, not now. Thanks, you can get this mug at Box Lunch. It has abs. Wears metal to sleep? Oh, absolutely. He, like, cuddles with it. We're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the forest. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course not. That's hogwash. Phew, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there. Oh, stupid. Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
Hold it!
You're just coming up with bullshit, and he's so confident about it, too. By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. Is that what he has a gold medal in? Jacket flapping? And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence. I would love to. But first we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying. And press him. I pressed him on everything he said. What do you mean, Edgeworth? Wait a minute. So the wipe down safe? Each prosecutor has one in their office, only they know of them. Maggie, okay, so Maggie wouldn't know. Maggie wouldn't know about the safe. Only prosecutors know.
Objection!
We got him now, Edgy. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. Oh, thank God, it's off. It was also by her logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but she must also be aware of the fact that the safe is secret safe. Yo, Gumshoe, great song choice. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Wait. Ah, dude, he backbends so much. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. Yeah, James, but we have to follow the Ace Attorney logic. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. That's true. Oh, he's eating the metal. Garg! Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that their killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. Oh, he's sweating. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? He's the one who said it. Curses. Why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. Oh shit. Wait! Gumshoe took this song from the former DJ. Even Gumshoe knew, like, the song was a keeper. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Gumshoe's the DJ, it's why music shoes go up with it. No, this is... Gumshoe's the DJ now. He learned from the former DJ. I'm assuming Gumshoe's DJing, like, he's got an MP3 player of songs, and so when something happens, Gumshoe's there with them. And even if Gumshoe's not on the screen, Gumshoe's there. Objection, I'm not the thief. Jim's dead, he can't fight against this. Now he's claiming the victim was the thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Ms. Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job? But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No! I couldn't! I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office. We did steal it. Well, the killer stole it. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? Oh, nice fake drawing. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. Imagine Barrett seeing the Final Fantasy Victory fanware. Oh, wait. You're telling me it's Gumshoe, like, verbalizing the singing. Like, you could, like Gumshoe right now is going... Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. That's so cute. Maybe Miles just hears it like this. Like, Gumshoe just sings it so much that, like, Edgeworth just, like, Edgeworth's on the same page as Gumshoe. He knows what he's trying to get at. It really is on brand. I love that. I love that theory, Birdie. Ah! Pretty impossible for supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him! Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? I know, right? Fuck this guy. Now then, look at- Oh, he's such a douchebag! Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Oh, it's even worse, like... It's even worse when it's zoomed out. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? It's his office! Thank you, Gumshoe. You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. Oh, you haven't. Yeah, says the guy who's used forged evidence. Look, we can't keep holding that against him. He's different. He's a changed man. I believe in Miles Edgeworth. There's the cameras in focus on him, still flaps anyway just to draw attention. He's the worst. You are all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run the show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Edgeworth at a dog show? I have not. Mr. Gumshoe. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Call him yourself. He's like petting his shoulder. But sir... We have no choice but to accommodate his request, for now. Haha, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourself from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? See, now there's no music playing because Gumshoe's sad. It makes sense. To be continued. Wow. Yeah, this is, Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's Gumshoe. I think that's where the demo ends. I didn't play it other than at the Capcom thing, but that's what I heard. I would have hated it for it to end there. He doesn't deserve music anyway. That's how you know he's not a real prosecutor. That's true. I love this theory so much now. Let's proceed with the game. Enough about my TV blowing up. Somebody used hockey in the game, in the show, and it transferred to my TV. No, it was during like a really bland part too. Like nothing insane happened. It just scared me more than anything. What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable. Please maintain your professionalism, detective. What professionalism? I feel like he doesn't have that. But I mean that lovingly because I love Gumshoe. I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir. But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir. Yeah, my own office. True. So then what now? Looks like my life's falling into yet another gigantic ditch. Do not despair, Ms. Bird. We can overcome this as well. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway. He sure is mad. Really, sir? For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Ms. Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Woo! Look how confident he is and everyone else around him sad. Hi, Narcissus! It is Maggie. She got her stupid blue badger hat on. Whoa! I have Winston! What are you doing here? It looks like you're quite a pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. I don't need you. How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? Why is he being so nice to him? He doesn't even know who he is. That's so funny, because he's always the tutorial prosecutor, so he's even in the tutorial case of this. Just as a cameo. That's pretty funny. Is everything alright? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and finally I won 54 pounds. Congratulations. Congratulations. But I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice. Stay focused or you may start to lose even more weight. Isn't that what he wants? That's why Miles is nice to him because he doesn't remember it. If he did, he'd be like, shut up. Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at this really suspicious basketball. Wait, oh my god. Wait, is his office next door to us? Because he's like, he's got a medal in sports or some shit. What is a basketball hoop doing here? Hey, didn't this used to be just outside next to the building a long time ago? He's a sports guy. So when and why was it moved indoors? I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently. drag it. Right? I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it in himself. All the way up to the 12th floor? That is pretty weird. What is a basketball doing here? Well, Edgeworth, there's a basketball hoop right behind you. I don't think you need to be a fancy attorney to figure that out. That's Mr. Portsman's prized possession, sir. Then why is it outside in the hallway? I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis. And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. That's what you're gonna be mad at? Here, we'll wait to talk to Maggie in a bit. Oh, there's a book under here. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. It's just a regular-looking bench. Must inspect it. Can I piece the logic together? Basketball and hoop? I don't know, boss. I'll try. It's... Oh! It's the book! Ah, isn't that the... What? He hit it right here? If you can dodge an objection, you can dodge a ball. Isn't that the missing 0 series file, sir? No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. Whoa, look at that page-turning action. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. Hi, Enzo. He's sleeping. He did have a gumshoe sweater on today. Oliver Gumshoes, he's busy investigating something else. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind. So what are these 0 files about, sir? I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh? Not particularly, it's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine. Huh? They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were. And that means the thief must have also wanted the file for a specific reason, right? It would seem so. Only the pages related to the case from 10 years ago are missing. Oh! Is it gonna be relevant to this? Because it always is. I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case. The same reason we always care about old cases. Man! Lolliver. I like Lolliver. He's too tired trying to lick the peanut butter, yep. Settled with hand-me-down files. Well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent. Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping. You know, he just naps in the hallway. Gumshoe's basically homeless in the prosecutor's office. Or the prosecutor building. You would sleep even out here, detective, in a hallway? Whenever I do, I always wind up daydreaming about giving testimonies up on the stand. But it always ends the same, me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful? Maybe I should give it a try sometime to envision myself winning, naturally. What? What? You don't even, like, lose all- well, I guess he does lose pretty often. He can only win in his dreams. No, but, like, think of all the cases that he's won that we haven't seen. Edgeworth, do you lose all the time? I thought you only lost when Phoenix was involved. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, buddy. Alright, I guess I can talk to Maggie. No! I'm being stopped. Here, does this look normal? Make myself really small. He stays winning whether in reality or his dreams. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with tea. I can ask. I like this. It's great. Look at her eyes. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Faith was always playing basketball with Mr. Portsman, sir. That sounds like fun. Just once I'd love to play with them. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. He's the only one allowed to play. She had the Luffy eyes. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir. That's so sad. On second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with them. Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective? She was under my supervision back when she was still in the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit. I was there for that. But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. She's just security now? So I guess she didn't fully quit. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Just screenshot. It works. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Yeah, he wasn't there for that. It's a nice little run back. Right before I was about to clock out for the night, you got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? B. Edgeworth may have skipped leg day. I mean, I'm not gonna get abs by doing leg day. Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. That's so... oh, it's like all woe is me now. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. And now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. Lady Unluck. Is she trauma dumping on us? Edgeworth doesn't know how to handle it. His eyes are too tired as it is. Look, he's asleep. Wake up! Okay, thank you. I know, and just when I thought I had finally found my happiness, I wound up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is for your cooperation. He's not sleeping, he's envisioning himself winning. That's true. He never sleeps, he just wins. No header. Oh, thanks. Surviving a 9th floor job at 6 months is impressive. I know, are we just gonna gloss over that? I need to know more details. Did she just fall in concrete, or was it like a net? He keeps tapping his finger to trick everyone thinking he's awake. He trained himself to be able to do that in his sleep. Alright, let's present... let's learn more about the key. So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 AM, sir. And I noticed it was back around 2:30 AM. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. That's in between the time of the murder. But I'm sure that between those 2 times, it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Key went missing from approximately 1 until 2:30. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? Ah, it's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say, except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that it was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. Well, that's really convenient for the killer to just... I guess just take the opportunity to just grab it. She used the master key? What'd you use it on? Do we have more info? Use the master key? What did you mean by you use the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. Is it Winston? She got her hat. Well, she's Meekins. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Ah! What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. Oh, it was not... Okay, sorry, Winston. It was Mr. Portsman. Well, how do you forget that? What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly. Forgetful Mr. Portsman? It was around 12 AM. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with- oh my god, he had his coat off. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. And then what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. Damn, this freaking master key has so many, what's it called? What's it called? Like when you write the note and it's like little dots. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna say asterisk. Talk about suspicious. No, not ellipsis is not. No, it's no. Like, I'll just draw what I mean. What are they called? This. When it's like, there's the key and then there's those two dots to give you more information. What is... Bullet points, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of bullet point. I'm so happy that I was able to demonstrate it and we got it. Anyway, that key's got a lot of bullet points attached to it. Alright, talk about suspicious. I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. Let's go to the door. I assume it's his office because the basketball hoop's by it. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Nothing really looks suspicious, but I mean, we're gonna. The door is locked tight. I bet the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them. Ah, so I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be who our culprit is. Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? What the hell? That's so weird. Can we inspect this? Mr. Portsman personal basketball hoop. I can't believe you put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office. But you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir. Hi, Worm Geek. It's a gold door the OG detective Cole Phelps taught us the doors with gold handles knobs could be opened. Did he? Was that one of his techniques? I don't remember that. Why does the doorknob look so high, by the way? It's a high prosecutor office. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here. How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? That's so funny. Oh, is the net? Oh. The hinge. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. This was sold out in a bunch of places. Oh, that's exciting. That's good news. Well, not for people trying to buy it, but that's definitely good news for Ace Attorney. It's kind of majestic too. Fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's offices. Only gold doors could be opened. I see. I'm gonna play Eleanor sometime soon. Again. It was their yellow paint. Oh, okay. That's... People complain about yellow paint. Eleanor had gold-ass doors. Yeah, me and Rebecca are gonna stream it together at some point. I just know it. Even Mr. Portsman seemed dignified just because he works behind one of these. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works. Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified? He thinks he's the janitor. We just met him, Edgeworth. Man, poor Winston. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office. Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. It's because he wants the notes of whatever the former prosecutor was. But since you're already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd. Yup, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why. I can think of at least 3. Wow, why am I even wasting time thinking about this? Is there anything else? The wall? I don't know. Okay, I think... We could check our own door. Yep, he's just talking about his door. Can't break in. It's almost majestic. It is a mouse cursor. Sorry, it's dead center now. That long pause was exactly reassuring, sir. I beg a man. Okay, so the door is all just one thing. 1202. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office. Whoops, hey, these number plates slide right out, sir. Oh. You have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. But why? Just leave the number up. They don't have names attached. Although, the idea that can be so easily removed is kind of... Are we not gonna add that to the clue? Okay, master key was stolen. Should I just put these together? Eureka! Maybe. Ms. Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. He inspected a door and then he just goes... Speaking of the keys. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. Oh, she said pal. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. That's true. Wow, nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I totally forgotten all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. What? You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up. Wait, so his door's just open? So in actuality, you never did relock the door then? Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly. Oh, Ms. Ver unlocked the door. Master key was stolen, so she could not lock it up. Well, let's freaking go! It's open! Wait, is this... Can we just, like, go in? I won't rest until I inspected... Deduce? Wait, can I just deduce that it's unlocked?
Eureka!
If what Ms. Bird has said is true, then why is the door locked tight? Oh. Huh? You know, you're right. Ms. Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? Well, that means he relocked it. I love his Eureka. It's so funny. He sounds like he's been thinking of it for days and he's finally went, Eureka! I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't. Which means, what, sir? It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't the one at all, but a completely different one. Yes, because the sliding, he changed the plates to trick her, and then he went like, ah, gee whiz, I lost my key, so she actually unlocked Edgeworth's office, and she couldn't lock it, so that's when he went in to kill the guy. Yes! He could move the basketball hoop. Because they already said that he dragged it up the office, so like he could very easily drag it like 20 feet to the other door. He's probably strong enough. Or that door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one. She opened a different door, but how can you prove that? There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is... we need to examine these. Prints on the number plate, baby. Prints on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know. Everything? Really? Like what, sir? Like, what? Why is that wrong? That's true! We're moving the plates! We're moving the plates! Well, I guess the doorknob then is the second option. He's like, anyway. I was just kidding. We need to examine prints on the doorknob. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything. Hey you, yeah, you pal, do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? I feel like both of those could lead to the same thing. I mean, unless the plate's just smaller. I don't know. So what did you find out? There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective. Sir, I found only Mr. Portsman and Miss Faith's prints on this doorknob. Mr. Faith? Because, yeah, because he got in first, I guess. It was the plates, I tell you. So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive. That is. So no Maggie? Huh? I'm lost, sir. But Portsman still stole the key, though. So maybe, thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose prints should also be on this doorknob? Maggie.
Take that!
Take that! Don't you find it odd that the prints of the person who unlocked this door are absent? You mean, yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. Miss Bird says she unlocked this door, but her prints were not found on the doorknob. What have we here? Oh, is there a note? We couldn't see that earlier? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Oh, I wonder. What is this? Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. It looks like a note from the victim. I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone, but looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy. Okay. Buddy, old pal. What's this emote? Eureka! Here, I'll add it. Thanks. We've added Eureka. No more objection for us. All Eureka. It's like a note from the victim. Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman. Eureka! Bum, bum, bum. God, is this just Gumshoe going dum, 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 dum? Just pan the camera, he's over there just singing, yeah. Well, okay, it's like hard edge music, which isn't quite a horror game, but it has like the fixed camera, like a horror game vibe to it. I mean, this song sounds like it belongs in Ace Attorney. You mean Trag? No, I don't mean Trag. I don't see any signs of forced entry, and according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir. So yeah, it was actually unlocked, meaning that the door really was opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob? Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle, wiped, they think. Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving clues behind. Do we have any file mini music themes? That too. Can you prove that I'm spouting nonsense? Alright. Back.
Hold it!
Hold it! Nonsense, you say? Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. The fact that they did that twice means it's so intentional, which makes it even funnier. Like, even the game's just like, enough of this guy. I had the girl open my office door.
Hold
it! Using the master key, of course. Sure, you have a problem with that? That is what the master key is for, right? Perhaps we should place an elaborate labyrinth of some sort for people like you. After that, I was in my room the entire time.
Hold it!
And what were you doing in your office? I was doing my usual training regimen. Training regimen? Were you going through your law books from start to finish? Mainly batting practice and some weights. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance. You jog in your office? Ugh, cravat. It's crooked again. It's because I keep adjusting it. I keep getting crooked. Hi, Geek. It's been great. This clown is ruining my life, though. Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have. Why do you care, Gumshoe? With the weakest leg with the weakest legal muscles, it would seem. Damn! I really like seeing these two next to each other and just like Gumshoe's praising the dude and Edgeworth's just being really catty and insulting him. I hope there's a lot of that in this game. Why, he's so cool, and then Edgeworth destroys them. I was doing my usual workout, so... Yeah, literally good cop, bad cop. Is wear a bib? It's a cravat. Gumshoe's jealous and is giving Edgeworth competition for being the buffest prosecutor. I mean, he's already pretty buff. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
Hold it!
I think I've given you quite a few reasons, actually.
Objection!
But none of those would stand up on their own.
Objection!
Oh. Then what about all the evidence?
Objection!
It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence. He seems to be trembling a little. Oh, we're getting his ass. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw in his testimony. Alright, what is it? The back and forth objection. Dude, like, why are they even yelling objection? They're not in court. They're just doing it because they're having fun. I love that. That's not to quip. It's a straight up burn. Alright. What do we got? You're just spouting nonsense. Had the girl open my office door after that was in my room the entire time. You have a single reason to suspect me. It's not true. I have all the reasons. He was in his room the whole time. If he was in the room the whole time. No, because like this literally says he wasn't. Oh my god, Buddy Faith. Oh my god, Buddy Faith posts, like even in death, he's helping us out. Alright, you were in your room the whole time. No, you weren't.
Objection!
That was a lie. What are you talking about? How is that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. He's gonna say something stupid like, oh, that was at a totally different time, and I never picked it up. And then I would say, prove it, and then he'd say, he'd probably come up with some reason why he doesn't have to. But if I was Phoenix and saying this, Miles would make me prove it. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Ah! I wish I could do that. Shall I explain in full detail for you? Oh. Gumshoe's getting hype. You were busy snooping around in my room. The very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
Objection!
That's just nonsense. You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Yes, I fucking do! Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! This is the proof positive that you had Miss Bird open the door for you. It's whatever has the foot fingerprints on it. Her prints were not found on the doorknob. Or would be the key? Well, because like her prints aren't on this. But is this gonna segue the fact that they're on the other door? His back bends almost as hard as Boa Hancock's. Yeah, that's true.
Take that!
I hope that's right. I had your door dusted for prints. My door? Ha, what for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure good at wasting time. Look at this gaslighting he's doing. God, this song. You're right. I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Oh, here comes the Boa Hancock. Oh, I guess not. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If Shirley was the one who opened your door, then her prints should actually be on the doorknob she touched. There he is! Eck! Further, all of the prints on my office doors have been wiped clean. Off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole What? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Fate found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. The Generate Edgeworth look feels so natural for you. I don't know, because I'm a vampire. I appreciate it. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. So that was Edgeworth's voice. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. You couldn't kill two people in Edgeworth's room. As I said when you had the gun to my back. No one gets away with committing murder in my office. Oh, here's where he loses it. What now? Ha 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 ha. And just what's so funny, pal? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor. And he makes a huge mistake in accusing me simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's also circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped the knob down well. Eh? I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. What? Which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there. No, it doesn't. Nobody would do that. And the amount of energy expends up for his coat. You made that up just now, didn't you? Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly what that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example? Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. Yeah, like you're about to right now. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that. Oh, here we go with the proof. Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. He is already. God, I love his new sprite. Look at his face. Just the shading under the eyes is so good. He's thoroughly tired. And stressed. Which is my favorite. He's got those law bags. Yeah, the laws. It's like, laws are a little bit more dramatic, but yeah, it's there. I like it. Give Edgeworth the law hat. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? Like, even here has, like, the lions. He's got the eye bags. They're a good look for you, Edgeworth. Loving the eye bags. I only just realized I had one as we were talking. Oh, you just realized? I guess it would have been better for all of us if I told you sooner. You're such a fucking dipshit, man. I hate this guy. Portsman's alibi. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 AM, correct? Oh my god, tuxedo mask constantly twirling. Doing his coat thing, that'd be so funny. And it was then that you had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. If you have to tell me it's a perfect alibi, then you're suspicious as fuck. Do you really think it's that perfect? Oh, nothing's too perfect for you, Miles. I mean, like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. I didn't have to say anything other than, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down at Criminal Affairs said they saw him around 2 AM. Oh, shit. What's that about, then? We've got another witness, right? Oh, God, are we gonna have another person to witness? You see? All the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point at his alibi somewhere. Think he paid them off? Maybe. Maybe. Portsman's alibi. If memory serves, you came back to this office at 2 a.m.
Hold it!
You are correct, it was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint.
Hold it!
Bye, freaked. Have a good night. It is as you say, however. Yes, however, you're the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Why did you objection that? It was pitch black. Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. He's throwing it back. You pull something silly like Edgeworth forgot to change his watch for time zone? Maybe. But we already did that with, the first case in... ever. The first ever case. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down at Criminal Affairs.
Hold it!
So you paid the Criminal Affairs Department a visit. Well, I don't know, because there are other people that showed up too. Like Gumshoe was there, and some other cops. So they all would have to agree that it was 2 a.m. Right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Ask around, I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Hold it!
Perfect alibi. Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you at around that time. See, I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Arg! Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. It's like a legendary perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line and it's time to get off this crazy train. No, not so. You're not getting out of this one. You there. Sir. Please escort the young lady out. But remember, be gentle. It wasn't her! Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! What's happening? Is there- oh, is it logic time? We gotta sit there calmly and figure this out logically. Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn the situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? The shooter I met could not have been Portsman, then who could it have been? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. We're doing it! Culprit rearranged my files twice, once before and once after the murder. Would it be... breathe through your nose and out your mouth? He's just like, everyone's like freaking out and being arrested around him, and he's just like so zen right now, just figuring this out. Look at him. Look at his cool guy bangs silhouette. Alright, anyway, I think... Did he have a guy he worked with? Because there was another gun. We haven't really talked about that in a while. Connecto. Yeah, so he may have had an associate help him. So cool it could be Dante. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. Therefore, there was 2 guns. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once. Well, that's not the murder... well, meaning that it is entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun... No, this one did release in the West before on DS. The second one didn't. I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person. I like how we're just thinking of this now. Like, we've been so aggressively hounding Portsman. Now it's just like, well, maybe there was another guy. Which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. 2 people breaking in your office. 2 people? Okay, so 1 person... So one... Yes, once before and once after the murder. Okay, wait a minute. So the second one would have to have been... Portsman. So the first person would have had to mess up their files the first time. That could have happened hours ago? We know the second one was Portsman because we saw it in the intro. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight. That would also receive the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. Look, like Maggie's getting arrested and Miles is just still thinking about his shelves. It's like, oh, my shelves keep getting messy. There would be, they would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it. Once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. We suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back.
Objection!
That animation! Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Do you see that? His cravat went flying and everything. Great, so you've finally come to your senses. Mr. Edgeworth! Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer. But that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? The cravat went flying. It just had like crazy effects. Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean 2? It explains why both my shelves were disturbed twice and how they were 2 guns. That song. Is this just fucking Bloody Tears? There's a part of it. This sounds like half Bloody Tears. Mr. Portsman tricked Ms. Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Objection! Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. Francisca really did have the vampire killer. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. Which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So that this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right? Oh, I love this music. Sounds like a MIDI. Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else. Who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Fate? Why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. His secret safe. That's when he noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess. Sorry, I keep slipping in Gumshoe because I'm, like, aggressive. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so he came to his office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. What a nice detective. When he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman. Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then... he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. Damn! This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? I feel like this is really overly complicated on Portsman's case. Yeah, he's not innocent. If the things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. This is where it gets complicated? Oh, it's raining outside. There was another visitor, sir? Gumshoe, why are you on that side? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were- Wait, so you went to the room and left? What? This is the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen O file, right, sir? 0. That's straight just bloody tears. Yeah, he snuck over to slip cuffs on him while he's distracted. He's smarter than we thought. Correct, only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shelves getting messed up twice and the 2 bullets? It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief and was not, in fact, Mr. Faith's killer. Oh, okay, yes. Ignore my question I just asked. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant. Too much reading. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit.
Objection!
I was not expecting that twist. I got bamboozled. Because when they show you, like, the silhouette of who you think is Mr. Portsman, it's just like, why don't they just show Mr. Portsman? We know it's him, but we didn't. The face when Edgeworth updates your alibi. He's updating autopsy reports last second, updating somebody else's alibi last second. It's out of date. What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. Since when has circumstantial evidence mattered, niece attorney? It's a trick question, it never mattered. But there's still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. I mean, I'm sure we do. Oh, don't say that, sir. Is she gonna slip us some secret proof? I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. Why are we still arresting Maggie? Like, I think everything we've been saying proves that it wasn't her. Well, maybe. You know, something I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, so you can try to spin it on him? If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Oh, we're getting into this. Mr. Portsman alibi, part 2. Holy shit. Gumshoe, how are you singing this? This is Mega Man stage music. I could hear this Castlevania too, though. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? No, holy shit, it's me. We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. Damn, this track is nuts. I don't even know what you said because I was busy jamming to the music. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course. Now isn't that the time to be having these dead-end discussions? I know it's gone. Bring back the song. I don't think it's at all a dead end. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? Music? Gumshoe, better get ready. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. What's Alibi Part 2? It's back! That thief you ran into should be a real suspect.
Hold it!
Hold it. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Why not? That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Yeah, because it's not real. Mr. Fate's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them. You mean the 0 files, right? And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a setup, and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Right, yeah. I did think that was weird, like write Gumshoe and then take a book. Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either? Yeah, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, real convincing. We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. Yeah, it's you. He's right here. Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. Oh, it's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything, after all. Wait, I'm innocent. I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was training in my room.
Hold it!
He's just admitting. Sweating because he has fantastic sweat glands. No, it's because he's lying. No, he's gonna say he's sweating because he was just training. But according to Mr. Faith's note... Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left the note for me in the early evening? You have proof that he left it at a different time, say just before he was murdered. Oh, say just before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see, what, you want me to get a timestamp of when something handwritten was written? So I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs.
Hold it!
Is he training right now? He's not, but that's gonna be his alibi, I'm sure. Or his excuse. I'm sweating because I was watching Cops kind of energy. Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was gonna take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he bought? They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items. A gun and a pendant? What's the pendant? Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. What's the pendant? He brought me 2 items, a gun and a pendant. It relates to yesterday's case. What's yesterday's case and what's the pendant? And what's the gun? A gun and a pendant? Yes, this gun, which was the murder weapon. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim. I'm always into it. Why were you taking them to criminal affairs? There was something in a past case file I wanted to compare these two to. Well, this has nothing to do with the case right now. Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail left to be your satisfaction. Maybe he's you know what? Maybe he's trying to throw us off. Maybe these new items don't matter. This is all matching up with Detective Gumshoe found out. Okay, maybe it does. God, who could be mad when you're listening to this song? Oh, 3 pieces of evidence, just like we talked about on the phone. I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it.
Objection!
2 items, sir? Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. What? Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman. As you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Liar! Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully. Ah, it says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3... Oh, Bert. Ah, it says that Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces! Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman. I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Well, he's been making this face the whole time. Detective Gumshoe. You fool! You don't have to say it, so I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. He's ready. Cuff him while you're at it. Oh my god, that back bend. Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is all part of the investigation, pal, so don't even think about stopping me. Oh, he's doing it. No! Hey, what's this? What did we find? A VHS? He had this on him, sir. Bloody Tears is back. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide. Why would he hide something? Oh, these voices! But why would he hide something like that? There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence this caliber. Yeah, it's a fucking videotape! The most important evidence is always on a videotape, like a cassette tape. Because it would inequivocally point to the person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. KG6 incident? There's blood on it. What's the KG6 incident? Bum, bum, bum. Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh. You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood? No, you've got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. Just clean the blood off. Like, genuinely, he got so close. So close. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video. Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him? You know very well there's no way to prove that. True. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? Oh my god. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderess, you and Mr. Faith. No, impossible, You just ate his medal? Is he dead? Yeah, the best theme in the game, and then he freaking died to it. He didn't just get arrested, like, he just killed himself. Freaking choking on pieces of metal. Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith. I like how quickly that happened. We presented the case with the blood on it, he ate the metal, and then it's like, oh, we placed him under arrest, because that's fancy talk for he died. But we can't show that in this game, for some reason. Why would he not eat the tape? He ate the metal, he wouldn't eat the tape. What if the metal was really just like like a chocolate bar type thing with the gold tinfoil. Yeah, I've had those before. I've eaten those. Mr. Portsmouth has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Face, sir. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back, and it was definitely Mr. Fate's blood on there. As a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Fate's fingerprints as well. Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir. It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in murder in my office. Please accept my apologies. Aw, it was nothing, really, compared to what I've been through, I mean. Yeah, falling from, what, it was 9 stories, getting hit by cars. I consider myself lucky it was only a burglary and a murder this time. If it had been a holdup or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. I know, why is she still hired? No offense, I like Maggie. The same thing goes for Gumshoe. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsmouth really was one corrupt prosecutor. And why would you say he was corrupt? Well, I heard that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir. Forged evidence, huh? And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons. Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession! I feel like they're talking about, like... Well, what they're saying, I'm sure Edgeworth is thinking about, like, his past self. Like, he's applying this to him. But he should feel proud that he moved on. We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes. Yeah, just like your mentor, Von Karma, whose backstory will go into great detail. Did you hear about the bullet in his shoulder? Talking about forged evidence in front of Edgeworth, like it has nothing to do with it. Yeah, like Edgeworth, like he's just hearing about forged evidence for the first time ever. It's like, who would forge evidence? Oh, well, well. With Mr. Portsmouth not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leads credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? Then Mr. Portsmouth isn't the bad guy? The second one? Thanks. I didn't say that, but rather that there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. Me and you, Gumshoe. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance of this piece of evidence. This! I've been waiting for this to pop up the whole time, like what's in it, and we still have the pages missing. And the safe. What's in it? We don't know what's in it. I'm gonna pick this one right now because it's actually relevant to the case itself.
Take that!
Take that! The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was. What happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Was it you? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yes. I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. It's a calling card. What is it, sir? Is that a bird or so? Oh no, a bird! It's like the flappy jacket bird. It's not just any bird. There's the mark of the raven. A 3-legged raven. Is that what that is? Even you should know what this is, detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about. Oh, yeah. Yasuragi or something. Yes, it is the mark of the great thief. Yeah, I was close enough. Yatagarasu. I was close. I did with the Sioux. Under the mark of the legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is a noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Damn, he's so cool. He looks like Phoenix. Looks like Hyper Phoenix. But we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal. We do know the targets. The noble Yatagarasu, vigilante of the business world, reappears. That's so weird. Like, why? The fact that this is like front page news. Is he like Batman? Can believe it's been long enough since Beast played this to come up with the name Yasaragi. I knew, I had the general idea what it was. I just didn't know what it was, okay? I just remember this from like, cause like, even though I haven't played it in a while, like I'm still aware of like the Ace Attorney universe, so I did hear the name pop up every now and then. I just forgot what it was. Yami Yogi? The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Corporate dealings exposed! The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Ooh. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media. Ooh. Along with this single card. It looks so much better than Shelly the Killer's calling card. Although, it has been a while since the Yatagarasu last appeared. Hey, Miss Edgeworth, look, something's written on the back. What? You didn't turn it around, Edgeworth? It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files. So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu? Yatagarasu. Organization. Quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief, Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. For they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. While you were flying? Wait, yes. Oh, and the next chapter is the airplane one. Okay. I think that's all I played of the game. I played through the tutorial and the airplane level. Because I remember the plane one. Way less than I thought. I'm like 2 or 3 cases, and I'm like, okay, 2. So long ago. I'm excited. I remember liking it. Yay! Save progress. We did it! Turnabout visitor? Goodbye. More like turnabout. Turnabout Airlines. Turnabout Airlines. Sounds like a really unreliable airline. Yeah, it just 180s as soon as it takes off. I know, what a horrible airline name. It's pretty funny. What if Capcom just went all out on the Ace Attorney marketing and then just like actually renamed one Turnabout Airlines, but nobody wanted to ride it, and then their marketing failed, and then nobody bought Ace Attorney, and then Capcom had to shut down all because of a stupid joke. Who am I?